Right, now we're joined by head coach Phil Neville. If you have a question, please raise your hand, but we'll get started with opening remarks.
Yeah, I think evening. It's been a long night again. I think it's always difficult when you have these rain delays, but I think we're obviously quite used to it because we have it at training sessions. So there was lots I was really pleased with, considering, and my feelings after the game on Tuesday. I thought we were controlled, in control of much of the game. 2 lapses of concentration just before half time, especially when you think going at half time 2-0, it's going to be a comfortable second half. There was a period in the start of the second half where I just thought the game was drifting a little bit, but we still played some really nice football. And then another lapse in concentration. 2 low crosses have cost us really in the game. And, we were the team at the end that was obviously pushing and pushing. We had a couple of half chances, but just didn't quite go for us. And the disappointment is that we didn't get the victory we thought we deserved. And the disappointment is that, and that hurts a little bit because I thought our performance deserved that. The positive is that we didn't draw probably. I don't think we drew a game last year. Maybe Franco, maybe 1 or 2. I'm not sure. So to draw, it's not a defeat, and I don't want to be a defeatist. We wanted the 3 points, but we're getting a nice little run going. We feel as if we're building some momentum at home and confidence at home. The players are playing with a lot of confidence, and it just feels disappointing that we just didn't get the rewards that we thought we deserved. But we move on very quickly. We've got a game on Wednesday, a big game against Philadelphia away. And we've just got to accept that the 2 lapses of concentration, which you can't afford at this level. The detail and how you defend low crosses is vital. We work on it. We tell them, and I suppose that's a learning for our team.
We'll get started with the questions first. Chris Whittingham, then Franco Panizo.
Thank you, Rafa. I do want to start, Phil, with when you say that there might have been more deserved on the day from a positive performance standpoint. What are the elements you pick out as the best part of the performance? And from a goal-scoring standpoint, Campana gets on the score sheet. Lassiter does well with the work down that left, and you get the goal from a set piece. What were the elements that you liked about this display?
Well, I thought, I think Bryce Duke is developing really well for us. Ari going over to the left-hand side has freed him up a little bit in terms of sort of like he was a brilliant threat. I thought both wingers provided great width. They stretched there. Gressel and Smith, they pinned them back. It meant Bryce and Motta got a lot of control. And I just felt, even though we were sloppy at times with our passing in the first half, which then caused us problems, I just think the team are playing with real confidence and they're having real belief. Campana looks like a goal threat every time the ball, there was you might not remember, there's a couple of Van Basten volleys that were coming over his shoulder. Keeper saved. Harry obviously had one disallowed. We are a threat. I just felt as if towards the end we just run out of, a little bit of penetration, a little bit. There was some tired legs on there. McVeigh and Yedlin are both tired, and they've played in every minute of every game. So we're going to have to look at them in the next 2 weeks. But there's still lots to be positive about. There's still lots of this team that I still think can get better and keep developing. And I think the future is really bright.
Next question, Franco.
Hey, Phil. Two questions, if that's okay. The first one is, obviously they score right before halftime. How big of a blow was that for you guys? Just when it seemed like you guys were going to go into the break with a comfortable lead, they get one back, and that brings them kind of back into it. And the second one, just on Robert Taylor, what you saw from him today in the winger position. Yeah,
I thought the 2-0, when we went to 2-0 and there was 45 minutes on the clock. I don't know where the extra 3 minutes came from. I don't know. I've got to say that. I don't know where the extra 3 minutes came from that they played, but it was a lot. We broke concentration. And when you go in at 2-1, it's a different type of feeling. It's not a nice feeling. 2-0, I think we would have been in total control. We would have been able to freshen it up and control the game in the second half. And you knew that there was probably going to get one opportunity. And I told them at half time we probably needed to score 3 goals to win the game. Robert Taylor, I thought, had his best game for us. I thought he was. in possession. He was dangerous. He linked up with DeAndre Yedlin, his mum and dad. I saw them before the game. I had a feeling, with his mum and dad here, that he was going to be up for the game. We played him on the right-hand side, which is not his best position. He likes playing on the left-hand side and cutting in. But we wanted our wingers to probably be on their natural sides tonight to provide more width and to particularly pin Gressel back on their side, because we felt as if for him to stop him crossing many balls, because he's a brilliant deliverer of a ball, but to run in behind him was a big thing. And I think every time we broke in behind him and in behind Donovan Pines. So pleased with Robert Taylor. I do think Bryce Duke's going to be a really good player too. And Ryan Saylor's come on tonight and showed that as a first round draft pick, he can handle playing MLS football.
We'll do the last three questions. Xavier, then Michelle, then Scott.
Coach, you talked about tired legs in the game. Is that why Duke and Taylor came off today?
Taylor got a knock. He actually got a knock in training yesterday, doing some shooting, and he's got a big bruise on his foot. So we were going to take him off at half time, but he didn't want to come off. Bryce, we just wanted to tweak the system a little bit and go to 5 at the back with Jovin on, just to get a little bit closer. They started to get in behind Chris McVeigh a little bit with Funtos and Gressel. So we just wanted to shore up that side. And we wanted fresh legs on the pitch. Indiana was rested tonight. He came on and obviously was chomping at the bit as well. And we just wanted freshness on the pitch. You see that the substitutions are really key in this league, particularly when you've got 5 substitutions. And with us having to make the early substitution in Kieran Gibbs early in the game, it meant that we'd burnt one unnecessarily, really, which put us under pressure in the second half. Normally the one at halftime doesn't count, and then the 3 in the second half are vital for us. We got to 72 minutes, and I wanted to get Gonzalo on, but you realised there was still 18 minutes left in the game, and we still had players, that anything could happen to. So that was the conundrum that that was why we waited really to the 82nd minute to put Gonzalo on. Yeah.
Last 2 questions, Michelle. Now Scott.
Hi, Phil.
Michelle.
I'm a little hoarse. 2 questions. One, how deflating was it when Ari's goal was called back? I mean, that looked like it was just such an exciting play. And it seemed like there was a lot of energy when that was called back. How deflating was that?
Well, I actually thought it was offside as soon as he went through. I was in line with it, so I wasn't surprised really. So I didn't really get up that up. I know a few of the players did, and all the supporters did. So I didn't really get too emotional after that goal. I knew that we needed that goal. I really did. I knew we needed that 3rd goal.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh, sorry, I froze. Could I
Yeah.
ask my second part? The second part is, how frustrating is it? You guys really have had a pretty good run, played well today. You get 1 point, but you're still kind of stuck in 13th place in the standings, whereas those extra 2 points would have pushed you up to 8th place or whatever. How frustrating is that?
Yeah, that's probably why we're all frustrated, is because we feel as if we're better than the position that we're in. It's really condensed down there, but we want to stay in touch with those above us, and we can't afford too many 1 points or drop points. And the home games is where we're going to have to be really good. So that's the frustration bit, is that we feel as if one result can take us to a position where we can start really attacking. And at the moment, we still just keep fighting for those 3 points. And they will come, I'm convinced, with the level of performance and the quality that we've got. And the attitude of the players, I think, has been fantastic. And, I think I really believe in this group. And I want the results for them, because they're so desperate to do well and they want to climb up the table. And I'm sure if they continue at that level, the results will come.
Go ahead, Scott.
Okay. Hi, Phil. First of all, I have a couple of questions. When you experience a delay like you did experience, what do your players do during such a delay? Do they play cards, and how do you keep them loose? Because let's face the reality, this delay went over an hour. Then I have a couple questions to talk about the fan base. We'll address the delay first.
Okay, well, I think the delay we're quite used to. So luckily we didn't go out for the warm-up. So the players were just probably in a little bit of game mode that we told them to relax. There became a point where they had to start eating. You know, a few of them had we had some snacks in there. We have a really good rain delay type plan. You know, we have beds in here. They come in, they lie down, they switch off, and then we have a clock that's running where we have a 15-minute countdown to when we're going out, where they get back into game mode. So I think the key is not to burn too much energy and not to burn too much mental energy. I think that's the key, because you get up for the games and your mental energy has got to be really good. So it's a case of switching off, and I think I've got to say I hate it. You know, you're a professional footballer. You have a timeline and it gets delayed, and you've got to be really adaptable to that.
Okay, yeah, and then the last question I want to ask is, you feed off the energy of the fans, but obviously, what do you try to tell people? You know, it's their first time being here. You feed off the energy of the crowd despite braving the elements.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what amazes me is that our fans don't go home. I'm sure if I was a fan, I think I'd be thinking, I said to the referee, I said, this time last night I was fast asleep and it wasn't even kickoff. So our fans are incredible. They obviously live in the area. They come, they sing, they dance. They almost enjoy it even more. They almost think, well, you know what? I'm going to spend another 4 or 5 hours here. I'm going to have a few drinks. I'm going to enjoy the hospitality of this beautiful stadium, and I'm just going to enjoy the experience rather than, get down about it. So I always feel as if these rain delays brings out the best in our supporters. You see them underneath the ground, underneath the stand over there. I sometimes feel like joining them because they look like they're having that much fun. We're super proud to have such a great bunch, and they stayed right to the very end, and they sung right to the very end. And I think they can see what we're trying to do here, and that's why they get behind us.
Thank you, Coach. Now we'll be joined by